Hello everybody, we're doing another planner update. As you can see, my main planner is still very chaotic and it's working for me, so I'm going to keep doing this. I keep using the different colored gel pens. Some of them are metallic and others are glittery. Can you see that? You can kind of see it's not super obvious, but it is. And this one's very neon, this orange. So that's what I'm doing with all my stickers, my snails and stuff. I really like how this looks. Compared to some other people who do planner updates, this is definitely not Instagrammable, but I don't really have Instagram anymore anyway, ever since Meta decided to demand a whole bunch of information from people who wanted to join Instagram, so I'm not on there anyway. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing with this one still. I'm going to keep doing this. The system with the different things that I put under from the cards, that's also working very well because, as I said, it's colorful and it's drawing my attention, so I keep looking at it, and that is what keeps me going. So that is great. We're going to keep doing that. Let's see, the life planner is next. This one I used for the different goals. I showed that last time. Let me put it in screen that people can actually see things. That'd be great. Oh yeah, these two pages I wanted to show because I used to have a bucket journal where a bullet journal. I'm looking at the bucket list, but we'll get to that. So I used to have a bullet journal and I was tracking things in it, and for a while it went alright. As you can see, I did actually track some weight over here, and over here I made a list of things that I had like on a bucket list of things that I want to do sometime, like not all in one year, but just eventually I'd like to get to some of these things. And not all of them make sense, but just like things I want to do. And there were a few other things in there, like I was really looking into my electricity usage because electricity prices have gone way up over here, so I had like a tracking list for whenever I used my laundry machine or my microwave or the coffee maker or something like that. So every time I did that, I would mark it on my bucket list. Again, my bucket list. My bullet journal tracker. That's where it would go, but I stopped doing that after all because I just kind of forgot. So I found the bullet journal. I was like, okay, well, most of the bullet journal, like 95% of the pages have not been used, so I'll probably use it for something else at some point. But I don't want to use any of these old trackers anymore, so I tore those out, and I tore these out as well because I wanted to put them in here because I do still want to keep tracking the weight, because the weight loss is also one of the things that I wanted to work on. And over here, the bucket list, just something that I think I should keep. So I stuck it in here with some lovely reflective washi tape, or metallic I should say. And let's see, those are those things. Now, I did that already, showed that last time. I put a whole bunch of stuff in here on potential ways to make more money that I wanted to take a look. And then I have some things that I picked. I think I showed that last time as well. And then in the pages that followed, can I grab it? I've got some stickers on here. Oh yeah, there we go. So these are some of the things that I've been working on to define. So these are some of the things that I chose that be options that I could to work on my finances. There's more things on the other side, but just like I'm trying to put my eggs in a few different baskets so that I have some options, and some of them will probably fail, others might be moderately successful, and I might end up coming up with new ideas as a result of all this. I put it on the dates because I had initially planned a whole week to look into these things from one Saturday to the next. So that's every time I had some idea of like, oh, maybe I'll do that sometime, I'll write that on one of these dates. So what it is I would take an idea, for instance, this cloth coffee filter thing for Etsy, and I would be like, okay, so what is it that it is, and what do I need, and how do I do that, and that sort of thing, and then eventually some lists of actions or things that I could do in order to get started. So that's what I did with a couple of these ideas, and other than that, I just put some stickers in here because these are some of those stickers that were on that list, or at least those big sheets that I was showing last time. And those are fun to put in places as well. They don't always stick to most of these pages very well, particularly if you layer them, because this one was not sitting on this mushroom originally. I stuck it on top of the mushroom, and sticker on sticker is a little difficult with these guys, but it's okay, it's manageable. Speaking of stickers, last time I said that if I wanted to get anything, I was only going to get it like secondhand, and I've definitely stuck to that. And I got myself a secondhand Happy Planner sticker book with nothing but garden stuff and some birds as well. Let's see, can you see all of them on the back? You can see some of them. Let's just pay through it a little bit. Now this sticker over here showed that there's only 2 stickers missing, and I checked, it's one group of chickens a sticker and one sticker of garlic, so that's the only thing that's missing. So I like flower stuff for my stickers, and this is also very nice. We have some birds here, but it's also very funny because you have like, oh, here we go, stickers that were missing. One chicken group. This is one big sticker, and there was another one just like it underneath that was used. These are fun though. But also it has stuff like this. It just has random herbs and things in here, stickers of herbs. And I like them because they have white borders around them. These are matte stickers, and there is also a bunch of stickers with a plastic top. Like over here you got some of those, and this is the fruit section, and it has a whole bunch of these things. And because I really like those potted plants and things like that, and plants and animals in general, I thought, you know what, if any Happy Planner sticker book is gonna be the one, it's gonna be this one. And it turned out to be right, and there was only 2 stickers missing, and I think I paid 10 euros for this. Now that sounds a lot for sticker books, but this is the Happy Planner sticker books. If you get a Happy Planner sticker book, they're quite thick, first of all, but also they're really expensive new. So I don't know why, probably because of the title, but I really like this one, and it's supposed to match the Happy Planners, so there you go. And I like plants, I already said that. So that's that. It's one of my splurges, even though it was secondhand. That was stickers. This is my life goal thing. We're moving on to the Invest in Your Future. I'm working on that as well. So I didn't put my name in here. I might put some stickers in here, but that doesn't really make sense. This Happy Planner belongs to a group of chickens. Doesn't really sound right. But okay, fine. I'll just leave it like this for now. So what I've been doing is I've been putting some expenses on the monthly overview. We are in the way, thank you. And so I have this little legend over here with the different colors, and one of them says okay spending, the other one says dubious, and there's unnecessary and over budgets. So I have these Pastelli markers that I saw at a checkout aisle, like at a discount. I was like, okay, well that's kind of just like secondhand, I suppose. It's not super expensive, so I'll grab those. I didn't have those because I had actually never seen those Pastelli highlighters. We only normally get the super bright neon ones, like the ones you normally had in school. But I think a lot of stores in the area are really picking up on the fact that people are really into planners these days. So they have more and more stuff for that for sale. That's this book as well. That wasn't a thing a couple of years ago, and now here it is. But okay, so I've been tracking things on the dates themselves. Like whenever I spent something, I put down the amount and the store, and then I gave it a color category, and there is an over budget category here already. I've put that in every month, but I didn't have a budget yet for this month. I'm going to start my budget when the payday comes up, which is then, and then I will start with the budgets, which you can see on February. Here it is. So I put a proposed budget in here. I also managed to find a second-hand Happy Planner hole punch for only 7 euros, and that was pretty good. It's like the classic length, so for 8 holes, and I've got a bunch of crafting paper with lines on it, which I've also got a few of them in the back here. There they are. I had just this block of crafting paper, different colors and things, and some of them had lines on it, so I thought, oh, I could use that, or grids in this case. I could use that for my Happy Planner, so that's what I did. Anyway, let's go into the budget. First of all, I have this proposed budget, which has 3 categories. It has shopping general, groceries, and supplement / drugstore stuff. So these are 3 categories where I tend to overspend, and that is why I've given myself a budget for that, for one payday to the next. So the shopping journal includes anything that I'm just like, oh, that's a nice to have thing. Like even if I go to the thrift store, I'm going to take it out of that budget because these are things that I don't need necessarily, but just kind of want. Like for instance, those sticker books. If I want one of those, that's going to come out of this shopping budget. Next budget is groceries. 200 euros should be okay. It might not be enough because of inflation, but I am a single person. I do have a dog who does have some fairly expensive dog food because she has some issues with certain ingredients in normal dog food, so I do have to spend quite a bit there. Maybe I need to put like a different budget for that. I don't know. But anyway, so groceries shouldn't be too expensive, but of course we have a lot of inflation, as I'm pretty sure everybody has felt by now, and is noticing in their bank account, which is also kind of why I started doing this whole thing in the first place. But so I give myself 200 euros per month for that. And I also have 100 euros for supplements and drugstore stuff. Now, drugstore stuff could be anything from like makeup or I don't know, anything that is in a drugstore around here. Aspirin, whatever. And the supplements thing, I tend to take quite a few actually. I have like my vitamin D's and my vitamin C's and multivitamins and different other things that I think are helpful. And I can also occasionally splurge on those things. Most supplements like vitamin D and vitamin C, they're kind of cheapish because they're super readily available everywhere. But there's also a few specific ones like for like anti-aging and stuff like that I tend to just want to try, and those can get very pricey. So I give myself a limit of 100 euros from payday to payday. And then over here on the left, I have put this little thing over here. Let me just put it up to camera actually so it's a little easier to see. There we go. So I'm going to mark down how much I have spent in each category over there. And then of course subtract it from the total, and then if I end up over budget on one of them, I can either take some out of the other two budgets, and if there's nothing left, then I'm just super over budget. But then there has to be a reason for that, and then I'll have to take a look at why exactly I did make that expense, even though my budgets were already running dry. And then maybe I have to adjust this because it just turns out that I can't live off of just 200 euros for groceries maybe, and or just like spending stuff for like emergency things. That's also an option, but we'll see about that. We're going to see how this works, and next month I might end up giving myself a different budget depending on what happens next. We'll see about that. Speaking of budgets though, and saving, because that's kind of what this is also about, like saving money by not spending it, but also purposely saving money. I saw some people doing digital cash stuffing, so basically cash that is not actual cash in that you're holding in your hands, like stuff that's in your bank account or your savings account. You might want to keep track of those if you have certain goals in mind. And here in the Netherlands, people use their debit card for pretty much everything, or some type of electronic payment system for everything. Cash is not super common here anymore, so I don't have like a whole bunch of bills in my wallet. My wallet actually, if I have it on me, it'll only have a few cards in there that I think are useful to take with me, like the card for my, well, I guess with the information of the car on it, or my driver's license, my debit card obviously. So just I have this little card wallet, but usually cash is not a thing on my person. I don't tend to have cash on me, and most people in the Netherlands do not have cash for most things. That is why I wanted to try a digital cash stuffing thing, and I like to DIY things. So I went to the thrift store and I got myself one of these. This is just a very simple, very cheap old photo album, which just has a whole bunch of singular photo sleeves. I guess you can put 2 photos in there if you want it. These are very standard stuff. And originally I had actually put the stickers on upside down and backwards because I thought this was the front, but it is not. And not only is this not the front, if you were to put anything in it, you would have to put it in through the bottom, and as soon as you tilt it up, everything will come falling out, so that's not a good idea. So I hadn't managed to move the original stickers that say budget before you buy to the other side because they would start to tear, so I had to put them back on carefully and make sure that that didn't look terrible. But then of course I had the issue of I have something upside down on the back of my little budgeting thing. Oh, how am I going to fix that? So then to kind of pretend like I meant to do this all along, I put not the other way around, and then of course the other way around is the other way around, so you have to turn it around and go, oh, what does that say? And oh, I guess this is the correct way to hold it. So there you go. That was the whole story about my initial attempt at using this thing. So it was originally just purple, and this corner over here, it fell a couple minutes before I wanted to start this recording. Before that, it was completely purple. So what I'm probably going to do here is just grab like a purple marker and just kind of like dab it on there so that the corner is no longer gray. But okay, fine. So that's just an aside. What I've done is I was at the thrift store where I found this thing, and then I went looking in the game section and I found a game that some company had made, and they had made like a copy of some type of Monopoly game, basically themed around their own business. So only people who work at that company will probably play that game ever. And whoever had that game originally didn't feel like playing it anymore, apparently. So even the people who owned or at least worked at the company didn't want to play with it. So I thought it was okay to just take the money from that game and then use it for my digital cash stuffing. I might decorate it a little bit later if I feel like putting something in this gigantic red triangle, for instance. But you have your tenors, you have your 25s, your 50s, 100s, 250s, 500s, thousands, and 2500. So these are the things that I can put in there. And I've already started, of course, because I like to get started. So I just took these labels that are actually for like putting on presents and stuff like that. But I thought, you know what, if you save up, you're basically giving yourself money. So it's kind of like a present. I always have a good explanation for things that I do. So I determined a few topics that I would like to save up for. For instance, a new secondhand car. And I currently have a good chunk in there that I put in there as well. I already have some saved up for the car, but now I'm like splitting it off a little bit for different purposes. And then we have one for planner supplies. So next time I want to buy like a sticker book, it's going to have to come out of this, so I don't keep just spending random money for that. And then we have one for nice to have. So whenever I feel like I want to have something, but I don't necessarily need it. This is outside of the shopping category, so this is like a nice to have, like, oh, I would like to have a book on, I don't know, socks or something, like how to knit them in an easy way. Then I'm going to save up for that with this category right here. And then lastly, since I do have a few different YouTube channels that I do recordings for, I do have some lamps and some things here that I need to replace whenever something happens. So I also have one for recording equipment right there, and there's already a good chunk in there. You can see that as well. And I'm gonna probably use it soon because I was trying to get my old laptop to work as a recording session thing. Like I could record it through my old laptop, but my old laptop has decided to not cooperate. So I'm probably going to look for another second-hand laptop to use instead, so I don't have to keep dragging my own laptop up and downstairs, because that is dangerous. I might end up dropping my laptop and then I got nothing, because if I have nothing to go online with, basically I got nothing going on. So that's dangerous. I need to get something to replace that system. And every month I have something written on my planner here. Where is it? Way at the bottom. Let's see, I'm just going to go forward to the next month so I can show you what I mean. So this is not the 14th. Every 14th of the month I have a savings. There we go, savings update, 14th. Every 14th of the month, I'm gonna go and check what I would like to save up in these different categories, and I will put it in there. And for the things that are not super important, I will put just a little bit in. Minimum of 10, of course, because this is the lowest denomination that is in the stack. So at least $10. And probably that'll be it for those two middle categories. For other things, I might put a 50 in for the recording equipment, for instance. The car one already has an automatic 200 a month going into it, and that's why I was able to save up a good chunk for that already. Of course, a second-hand car, the good ones tend to get a little bit pricier than 5,000, so I'm gonna have to save up for that a little longer. But who knows? Eventually, I'll get one, because if there's one thing I do not do, it is buy new cars, and definitely no cars on car loans. So I'm trying to save up for that. But every 14th of every month, I will be doing that. I believe that is all I really wanted to talk about today, so I'm going to call it here for now. I hope you found it interesting. Let me know what you'd like to see from me next, and if you do any of this digital cash stuffing or other types of saving things, what are you doing with your own planners? How is everything going with you? Let me know in the comment section below. Hope you're having a great time regardless. I hope to see you in another video as well. Thanks for watching, and bye bye for now.